Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna do another word play today. Something that jumped out at me today that I wanted to share with you. So the word that we're gonna kind of delve into today is apparent. And when you think of apparent, like apparently is something that is sought to be true, but not necessarily based in truth. And don't worry, we're going to look the word up with Webster because that's what we do. What struck me today, and it may have struck you before, and maybe it just, I don't know, divine timing is the thing. When you break that word down, like I did with forgive and for and give, you look at a and parent, right? So what is a parent? Pun intended. All right, so let's try to present this in an organized fashion. So the word apparent is open to view or visible. That is actually the first meaning of that word that was used back in the 14th century. And I try to use that definition more so than any other because I feel like the original intention of the word is where I try to begin my journey with the word itself. So open to view or visible. That doesn't necessarily imply whether or not whatever is visible is true or not, just that it's visible, right? So I guess it could mean both, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be true or not true, it's just what's visible. To go on in the definitions, we've got clear or manifest to the understanding. For example, for reasons that are not apparent. Appearing as actual to the eye or mind. It was in apparent danger. Manifest to the senses or mind as real or true on the basis of evidence that may or may not be factually valid. Died of an apparent heart attack. The air of spontaneity is perhaps more apparent than real. And then the last definition is law, having an indefeasible right to succeed to a title or estate. I have no idea how that plays into this whole thing, but some synonyms would be palpable, plain, ringing, straightforward, transparent, ambiguous, or unambiguous, unambivalent, unequivocal, unmistakable. So we're going to go with that first definition, open to view. When I take that definition and I apply it to that of being a parent of a child, it is quickly, in my brain anyway, closes the gap on what a parent's job is, right? Obviously, we all know what a parent's job is. Take care of their kids, teach them right from wrong, blah, blah, blah. But if we use that definition, it is open to view. So it's not necessarily telling or even showing that child, but planting a seed and letting them see things for themselves. At least that's the new parent definition that I'm coming up with based on that word. When I look up the word parent in the dictionary, of course I don't have the paid version, so I got to add, okay. One that begets or brings forth offspring. Okay, well, yeah, whatever. A person who brings up and cares for another. The second one is an animal or plant that is regarded in relation to its offspring. The material or source from which something is derived. A group from which another arises and to which it usually remains subsidiary, like a parent company, right? Person who brings up and cares for another would be like a foster parent, if you think about it that way. So if we look at the word parent as if it were like a foster parent, right? Then you are a parent to your fur babies, like my puppies, right? You are a parent to your friends at times, right? Not necessarily bringing them up, but you care for them. How often do you parent yourself? That's what hit me today. I have been listening to a speaker by the name of Michael Mirdad. He's a pastor over at Unity Church in Sedona, and he speaks often of parenting yourself and being the divine mother to yourself and giving yourself that nurturing, everything's okay, it doesn't matter what you did, just come home mentality. Which, you think of divine mother and that's like parenting, right? And really that's what parents should do more of, and we don't. And I say we because I personally have not done this near enough, but just accepting and allowing and showing and planting the seed and letting it grow. I have a tendency, if you were to use that metaphor of the planting the seed mentality of overwatering, right? I want everyone to see things the way I see them. I want everyone to view it the way I view it. I want everyone to be on my level. And not that my level is good or bad or higher or lower, but I get excited about things. I want to share them and I want people to understand them the way I understand them. Apparently, pun intended, that is not the job of a parent. It's just to show them by example. It is to allow them to make their mistakes and to love them anyway. And to not, I guess criticize would be a better word than the one that was in my head, but yes, they made a mistake, but do we need to harp on that, or do we harp on the good and help them find the knowledge, help them find the wisdom to be gained from that mistake and use it as a stepping stone and not a roadblock? When I think of a parent or a parently and parent in general, I've literally just kind of uncovered things in my subconscious and am trying to plant seeds in my subconscious in order to be a better parent and to be a parent to myself, because none of us had perfect parents. None of us, not one, because there's no perfect human. So how can we draw on that divine mother, Mary, Mother of God, whatever, divine feminine, whatever way that you refer to that ultimate feminine side of your higher power, and use that energy on yourself. How can you parent yourself the way a mother, the perfect mother would parent you, and know that you're worthy of receiving that, right? That it's easy to give to our children, it's easy to give to our friends, it's easy to give to our closest tribe members, but how often do we feel worthy enough to give that to ourselves? And are we giving that to ourselves? A friend of mine this morning, we were talking, and she reminded me that yes, you do parent yourself the way that divine mother parents yourself. You just don't see it, you don't recognize it. There is a level of self-care that we do by default, that we don't even recognize or give ourselves credit for. I am very big on promoting self-care and promoting that self-care isn't just taking yourself to the spa for the day. Your self-care is closing yourself off from the world. Your self-care is canceling a commitment if you don't feel up to it. It's putting yourself first and your energy first. And in my case, one of my big things that I do is I take a salt bath. And those things, that's parenting, right? That's allowing myself that time and that gentle, everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. You know, just worry about right now. And right now I need a salt bath, so that's what I'm going to do. And apparently that is parenting yourself. So those 2 words today have significant meaning for me. And I could go down this rabbit hole for hours with you guys and talk it through. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you too much into my rabbit hole. I want you to dig your own rabbit hole. And I want you guys to think about those 2 words and what they mean in your subconscious and how they relate to you. Because the point of this channel is not for me to just give you instructions and, you know, give you a magic pill that's going to make everything okay. It is meant to plant a seed to help you think about how your words are affecting you. What does your subconscious tell you about those words? I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. If you want, drop it in the comments below. Until we meet again, I'm going to leave it there. So remember, guys, grow your words and taste your language. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.